What's up, guys? Alex here, and today I bring you my Week 3 match against Jevs. I was really nervous for this match. I spent a decent amount of time preparing for it. Jevs drafted a really terrifying team. His OU core it consists of Manaphy and Charizard X, as well as Thundurus, and he supported that with some really good UU picks and some pretty good lower tier picks. Um, I did not feel like I had a great matchup against this team, but I felt like I had a decent enough one um, that I could pull out a win. I think he's currently 1-1, or he was currently 1-1 before my match. So let's get right into it. Um, I'm just gonna explain like my thought process. He let out Charizard, while I let out Melodic, and I guess um, he switched out initially into Togetic, which I went for Toxic just in case he was some kind of bulky Zard set. And I knew I could take anything with my Melodic. It was a good thing I got my Toxic off on that. I went to Excadrill because I assumed that he was not going to be able to touch me with anything with this Togetic. I went, and at this point he goes into Galley. I just clicked Iron Head because it hit everything. Um, did a lot. I right there. I was maybe expecting Scarf. I actually don't know why I switched out. Maybe because I wanted to get Rocks up or something. But I did switch out into my defensive Uxie. I took his hit. Um, he went to Articuno here. I just clicked Thunder Wave because that's the best move in the game. Um, I U-turn out into my Florges, I believe. Yeah, as he sets up a sub, which isn't a big deal because Articuno doesn't do that much work to my team. At least not at this point. So I just click Moonblast to break a sub, and he gets paralyzed. That's gonna be a recurring theme. Just trust me. So at this point, I start to I think set up, or I click Moonblast again, and here I believe I should set up. Yeah, I get to +2 as he takes toxic damage and all that stuff. Um, I think he attacks me right here, or he toxics me. Yeah, and at this point, it was kind of unfortunate what happens. I crit my Moonblast, which, depending on if he was a Spadef set, it definitely could have mattered, especially since he was Eviolite. Um, but it is what it is. I've gotten a little bit lucky this round so far. He goes into the Drapion, yeah. I predict that I go to my Melodic, which can't get poisoned, nothing like that. Nice Lash Out, you can see does nothing. I just want to explain this set. I have Flame Orb Melodic because it hard walls Charizard, and it just takes physical hits for days from literally everything. Um, so he switches out into his Articuno. I think I click Scald, yeah. I can't really touch his Articuno at all. Uh, and I didn't want to like take any hits from it. So I go into my Florges, which he roosts up on because he knows that I can't touch him. Uh, I believe he goes into his Drapion right here. Or no, he sacks Gallade, yes. Um, and then he uses Gallade as a second Gallade as a pivot into his Drapion. Um, at this point, I don't see Florges doing any work against his team. Uh, all the Pokemon take hits from it and doesn't really set up on anything besides Articuno. So I just go into Excadrill while sacking my Florges. I probably could have played that a little bit better, to be honest. I probably could have maybe kept a higher differential by making other switches, but it's fine. I go into my Excadrill, and at this point, uh, I bet he was expect him to want to go into any of these Pokemon. He want to catch me off guard, maybe hit me with an Earthquake. So I just go for Earthquake of my own because I know that I have a switch into all of these, um, and it does it. I mean, obviously it OHKOs. Excadrill is kind of necessary for this match, but it's not like essential for me to win because my other Pokemon handle his Pokemon pretty well. Um, he goes into Charizard right here, and I just go into my Melodic, as he goes for Overheat, which he shows He's a mixed Zard of some sort. But the good thing is he's not Dragon Dance, which could have been a problem depending on his set, like depending on the moves he has. Um, so he then switches out to Articuno. I think I clicked Toxic here. Yeah, it misses, but that doesn't matter. And then I think I sack my Milotic here just because again it's not necessary for me to win anymore. Especially not it's not necessary for me to have this. Uh, so then after I sack my Milotic, I go into Max Drill. Um, and I know that Rock Slide is going to be neutral or super effective on everything. I think he was expecting an Iron Head. So I just click Rock Slide as I go to my Uxie right here because it's a physical Uxie. And he goes for Earthquake. Um, at this point I set my rocks, which helps against literally everything on his team. And I click T-Wave after that, I believe. He had a weird set. It was like a defensive set. Um, as you can see, the Dragon Claw does not do a lot. I just go for Dazzling Gleam just to gauge the damage. It does nothing. Because Yuxi is not a very strong Pokemon. I said that I can keep this, so I switch out into my Shaman, um, which is Life Orb, Earth Power, and it's like Sea Flare or whatever. So he gets paralyzed on my Earth Power when he could have killed my Shaman, which again, another really lucky thing for me. As he goes into Articuno this time, um, I go for Seed Flare, which does actually it does a lot, and I get the drop, and he goes for Roost. So he doesn't decide to kill my Shaman. He decides to try to stall me out of moves. I go for Dazzling Gleam, which crits, and he gets paralyzed. Um, at this point, it was nearly over, I would say. Yeah. So I take out his Articuno. I just go into Excadrill. I was assuming that if this was Sash or whatever, like Mamoswine, I could just click Iron Head and it would kill. It didn't, but he went for knockoff of his own, which obviously wouldn't kill me. I was expecting to go for Earthquake or something, but I'm guessing that may have been like I don't even know what kind of set he would have been that he wouldn't have went for Earthquake. I guess maybe he was expecting me to go into Uxie. He could have maybe lowered the differential, but I don't think he could have won. Uh, but anyway, that was a really good game. Jevs played well. I just don't think he brought the best Pokemon against my team. Like my team had a really nice matchup against his. Um, I don't think I did anything super exceptional this game, except getting really lucky against him. But it was definitely well played all around. Excadrill is now the number one Mon at 10-0 in my first three games. Has 10 kills, 0 knockouts or deaths. Uh, just some other news. In the drop draft, I dropped my Garchomp, my Mega Garchomp for Mega Lopunny, getting that Lop Sand, and I dropped Braviary for Sigilif, which helps with my fighting weakness. Uh, but besides all that,